There you are. It's been a while. I lost the camera for 2 months. And the battery's dying.
I need a new battery for my camera.
I need a camera battery.
You got a new battery. What's stopping us?
Alright, let's try that again. Fresh batteries. We got the microphone set up. Lens cleaned. Welcome back. The camera was in a tote for the last, I don't know, 2 months, something like that. So there should be a video on here that shows a little bit of the progress. We've been gone for a month. We're only back 2 weeks, and sadly we're leaving today again. So it's just my luck. We just now found the camera again. So let me get you up to speed, and then we've got to pack up and head out. I think I said already we're going to be gone for 5 weeks. Then we'll be back here again. So here's the update. Alright, you'll see the fence on the distance. The fence, and we put cedar. Got rid of the ugly railing. Doesn't seem like a very good place for a bird bath, but it kind of works for now without having any fires. You know, it's the peanuts down there, the squirrels. Yeah, they've been an issue. We got a couple more bird feeders. The one in the middle is empty. We just filled it yesterday. And the squirrels are just eating it all up. So I told the squirrels if they go in there again, I was going to make some soup. But yeah, they leave and they come right back. So as far as garden stuff, this is doing well. Cilantro, onions. The lettuce we just cut 2 weeks ago and had a nice salad. It's come back. So we planted a couple azaleas and some lavender on the side here. And that's all dirt down there from the rain splashing up. So I'm not sure what we can do about that to fix it, but and the peas, if you remember in the past video, we planted seeds. Can you hear the squirrel in the distance? Maybe not. So we got some peas, got some pea pods growing. Problem is we're going to be gone for 5 weeks, so those probably will be bad by the time we get back. But, you know, oh well. So yeah, turning out pretty decent. We still got a lot more work to do. After we're back from this next trip, I think we're going to be here for a couple months. So it should be a lot more work that we can actually get done. We'll get packed up, get to our new destination. And I don't think there's very many squirrels there. Not as ornery as these ones, at least. You can see a couple squirt guns here. First, we started out with one from the dollar store. It leaks like crazy. This one, you got to use a bucket to fill it, so it doesn't really hold water very well. So we went to this one. Why? It's the darn squirrels. They're digging up the plants. Hey. Hey. They're not scared of people. Can't really scare them off very well. So, tried the squirt gun. They just leave and come right back. Hopefully they don't get in the trailer. That's my biggest worry. Yeah, I see you. Like I said, they're not very scared of people. One more thing done on our list. Squeak, 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 squeak. So does anyone else do this. I was putting away the barbecue, got to wipe off the counter, and it's like, oh, I got to wrap up the extension cord to make sure to take it. So I'll do the extension cord. I might go do something else, and then I'll finally come back and finish the barbecue. Do you do that? I sure do. A lot. But I don't want to forget this cord, because sometimes we use it when we're camping. I hear ya. Looks like a mess in there. One more thing to do. But maybe, just maybe, I'll wipe the counters down now. Now that I talk about it, it's gonna bug me. So I gotta get, I'm done. It's gonna get dirty anyways, when we leave, just from being outside. But at least it won't have a whole bunch of grease or charcoal on it. All right. Let's lock the TV down. Well, it doesn't really lock down, but it does swing around. In this corner. Yeah, it's that time. Yeah, just set the camera down and see what happens. I lost the gloves already. Oh, back pocket. Anyways, you probably don't want to see all this. We'll skip through it. See when I'm done. Microphone was missing. And somehow, at least it's got a magnet on it. Very strong magnet. The magnet's still on there. Good thing I leave it on the back. There's a little magnet, or a little clip on there, but there's a magnet too. That magnet is what stuck to it. So better than it sitting on the floor. That's probably a bunch of wrestling around, something you don't want to hear. All right, so we're holding tanks, whatever, they're done. Got water to do. Krista's watering the plants, and I know she trimmed the lettuce, so I guess we're taking lettuce with us.
Watering my birds and my plants.
The birds.
Bird bath, squirrel bath.
Oh yeah, that's right. The soup bowl.
And I gotta feed them.
You're gonna feed them before we leave?
Sure am.
You know the squirrels are just gonna take everything, right?
Well, they can't get into the.
Well, then get into the middle one. I probably wouldn't fill the middle one.
Well, at least the two end ones. I'll put the gross food in the middle one. The ones that they don't like.
The ones the birds don't like. So. All right, time to kill the water. Well, turn it off. So it's off there. I already released the pressure. So no pressure in the system. These quick connects make it real nice. That's all I have to do. See if I can do it one-handed. Yeah, they're real nice. And you got two hands holding the camera though. Let's try this. It almost tells me there's still pressure in it, so I'm probably going to get sprayed. Do the other side first, maybe. Yeah, so that side came right off. This side's a little difficult. Got to push in on the hose a little bit to get it to work. So you see, lid goes on, a little short hose with that quick connect stays there. Wet bay's done. I got to tip this upside down, let it drain, coil up the hose. Not difficult. I'll sit there and it'll drain for a little bit while I do the hose. Hey, got the hose in the filter, thrown in the bin. I took this, ran it upside down for about 10 minutes so it can drain out most of the water. I'm not going to take it with us this time because places we've been to, I know they're not a hard water issue. So I'm just going to take it and put it in the shed. Less weight to carry around. This thing's not very light. We only ran it for about 2 weeks since I recharged it. Otherwise, I put a little salt tablet in it and let it dissolve. But no need to. What a mess. Not that organized of a person, even though I try to be. There's stuff thrown everywhere. Filling the bird feeders so they don't starve while we're gone.
Yeah. Squirrels are gonna not be happy though. He's looking for the seeds already.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that you couldn't open this lid without this being moved. They could still pull it up.
Yeah, they haven't figured it out yet.
But yeah, so we won't show them. He's probably watching me though.
Make
Right
sure
under
it's.
there.
Do you want to make sure it's pushed down, or do you think it matters?
It's down.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna just put the food they don't like in this guy. So I refilled the dirt in that plant and a couple others. We'll see if the squirrels dig it out again.
That was the plant that was up on the deck where they dug the holes and everything. The whole reason we got squirt guns.
The whole reason we got what?
Whole reason we got squirt guns.
Oh, yes. Well, this morning they got the hose. Look at all the corn they leave. They don't like corn.
Yeah.
So why they even make bird feed with it? It's just a filler, I think. So we'll just do this for the squirrels. Oh, did you show them what the squirrels did to the shed?
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. The last time we were gone, they were trying to get in the shed where we keep the seeds. Should probably put that all in a container.
Yeah. So we won't be buying this brand again.
I'm sure birds in other places might like it.
Well, not here in Washington. I don't even think the squirrels like it. They'll eat it just because they're always hungry. Hi, guys. You waiting for me to fall?
I was wondering if you would.
There, the birds are fed.
All right.
Oh, except for...
Look at these guys
look at
hanging
them.
on there.
I wonder if I should...
They're waiting their turn. See if I could sneak up. Nope.
Just leave it be or just switch out the
Yeah.
woodpecker one?
Just leave it be. Unless there's...
Well, that woodpecker... Oh, he's right there, too. He just flew by.
How much is left? Oh, that's plenty.
I'll probably come back by on Friday anyways. Oh, there's the squirrel. He's been watching.
Wow. Which squirrel?
Probably the one that I sprayed with the hose.
He's right up here somewhere.
Look at that bird. He's black with like red and yellow on his feathers. Or orange. He's neat looking. Oh, there's two of them. Sorry, I get excited.
You know, we could have cared less about birds.
Yeah, well, they're everything now.
I don't know about everything, but we could have cared less. But we find ourselves sitting on the deck staring at these birds more often than not. It's kind of funny. Just guess we're getting old. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna walk away a little bit. See if they actually come up.
Reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go. Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old lives. And my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right now. I'm bleeding, an easy kid, gonna leave it all behind. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the four, pulling stitches. Time to
What?
let go.
What? I'm not feeling the peanut feeder. What's going on?
There is a squirrel in the bird feed. He just jumped out of the box. He's behind the bags.
So now we gotta get them out before we close them in, huh?
Yes. I heard something. I'm like, wait a second. I'm gonna try moving the bag. I think he's.
I think he's back behind there.
Shit.
Well, he's not in here anymore.
Oh, man. He was gonna get me. I woke up everybody. The neighbors going like, what's going on next door? Oh, yeah, right. I'm gonna close the shed now. He's probably the one that I think is always gonna jump on me too.
I don't know. They all look the same to me. All right, slides are in.
You sure you want to use radio?
Oh, here's a hair tie.
Oh, well, thanks. I might need that.
So slide outs are in. She's gonna grab the X chocks and do the levelers. So Hitch, I'm gonna run up and dump the garbage, and then I gotta leave a check at the office to have our holding tank dumped.
Check the mail just in case.
And check the mail just in case. So while I'm taking the truck to go do that, she's gonna move this little piece of crap. So I don't know if you guys are gonna like this new style. One of the biggest problems with me doing videos is editing. It takes way too long to edit to the style I want. So I think I'm just gonna try and keep it raw
keep it a little more personable. It might be a little slower, more boring. Maybe people won't like it, I don't know. But it's worth a try. With all the other work I've got to do and everything else, video editing and taking video and stuff kind of winds up going by the wayside because we just don't make any money at it. We're just doing it because I enjoy it. But sometimes what you enjoy and what you need to do are two different things. So I'm gonna get the trash dumped. Talk about that check, like I said. Oh, the holding tank, that's something I wanted to say in case for anyone that doesn't know. So when I dumped the tanks earlier, we dump into a 500-gallon holding tank. So, and then there's a pump truck that comes out however often we need. He comes out once a week, but obviously we don't need to dump that often. So leave the check at the office. He comes and dumps once a week. That way that holding tank is completely empty for when we get back. And then we'll start filling it up again, I guess. Just kind of revolving circle. I just heard a thump. I think I left the tailgate down. That's one thing about this truck. This truck doesn't tell you when the tailgate's down. There's no indicator light or anything, which always worries me, towing a fifth wheel. And if it popped open accidentally, I wouldn't even know because there's no light. I mean, how many cars out there have a trunk open light? The last truck we had, the Ram, had a light for when the tailgate was open. But this Chevy, I don't know, they forgot to put it on it. And I guess there's a recall because the tailgates can pop down without warning. You know, accidentally or whatever. Right, almost here, so I'll be back in a few. Alright, no mail. Got the check dropped off and the garbage taken out. Go back and hitch up. It's another nice thing about this club. There's mail service. So we can have more mail forwarded here, and then when we're somewhere else, they'll forward it to wherever we're at. A lot of people use Escapees. Escapees is changing. Harvest Host owns part of it now, but not the mail service. But you still have to have a membership to Harvest Host in order to do the mail, something like that. It's very confusing. But Escapees membership is now Harvest Host. And then the mail service, you have to have a membership with another company. That doesn't make any sense. I have no idea how the parks are working because the parks are still owned by Escapees. Do you have to have a membership with Harvest Host in order to use those parks? I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I just kind of said forget it. I think a lot of people did. Just kind of backtracked and said no thanks. But anyways, this park has been really nice for us. Fairly close to family. Fairly close to one of my jobs. Above and beyond RV tech and RV inspections. And that's why it's so busy to do video editing or taking videos or anything. Sometimes I just can't get around to it, and then other times I lose the camera. But maybe this will make it a little bit easier. Like I said, if you enjoy it, leave me a comment. Let me know. If it's too much, I mean, obviously I'll see in analytics if people click off way early, which people do anyways. Click it and decide they don't like it within the first 10 seconds and they click off. Whatever you're able to generate an income on is what needs to be one of your higher priorities. Your hobbies, whether that be video games, YouTube, anything like that, sometimes has to go by the wayside for a little while. All right, we're here. We're gonna hitch up, and we should be getting out of here pretty soon after that. Oh, I need to go to the park, drop the tailgate, then come back. Kind of a plus and negative to this is with the Ram, I could just look out the back like I'm doing right now. But with that tonneau cover, I don't know if you can see it on camera, I can't see it. So I have to play that game with the camera here on the dash. And it's a little bit harder to see. Just gotta lower the trailer. Just give me the come on back sign. No. I gotta go left, huh? Looks like I gotta go left. I'm waiting for her to answer. I gotta go left? Can't quite line up by the camera. It's really hard. Whoa. The transmission just jerked. Now I'm too far right. I'll bet you. I overcompensated. I overcompensated, didn't I?
Yeah, by just like a sliver.
I used to just back right up with the Ram, no problem. This thing with the tonneau cover folded up, I can't see. It's really a pain in the rear end. There it goes. Park and brake, and we'll go latch it. Huh?
Squirrel was in the wheel well
Of the Kia?
of the Kia. I saw his tail sticking out. I was like, oh, no way. So I just stood there and he looks at me with his, I wish I had camera, has his head out, and I was like, oh, I'm going to start the car. So I start the car, he runs to the other side, jumps off the wheel, then does like a push off on the back wheel, and so I let it run for a minute.
These chipmunks, I swear, they're going to get into something and really cause havoc. But, I mean, it's part of being out in the woods.
So I'm trying to make sure he doesn't go back in there.
Yeah. So we got a latch. Got latched up. I'm going to see, maybe I can do it this way. Latch there, she does the lights and the breakaway. Leave that down for full test. So the next thing we do is we retract, but we leave the fronts just barely off the ground. And I'm going to do a pull test. That way, if it's disconnected, the trailer doesn't drop far. I'd rather it doing when we're actually testing it than trying to drive down the road or pull out of here. They're off the ground a little bit. I just got to retract, disconnect power, take the wheel chocks off, and we're pretty much ready to go. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.